So I recently did a survey here on my YouTube channel and I asked you guys, what is more important to you, building muscle or losing fat? And surprisingly, well, maybe not so surprisingly, but so many of you are really interested in the topic specifically of building muscle. So today I want to shine a light upon that. And more specifically, I want to teach you 4 things that you need to consider and need to put into action if building muscle is super important for you and that is your primary goal. Now don't worry, I will definitely always keep fat loss on the table and I will talk about that in my content. After all, I am a contest prep coach, but I understand that so many of you out there are more advanced trainees and you want to learn how to take things to the next level and to really challenge yourself. And today, the topic of building muscle is on the platter, so let's go ahead and focus on that. Now, before we do, first of all, I want to welcome you to my channel, particularly if you are a new viewer. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button right now and you click the bell notification so that way when I release new videos, you never miss a thing. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say, hey, welcome back. You know, I'm so happy to have you here. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up right now, particularly if you love this topic. It allows me to know that, hey, you want to see more of this, and allows my stuff to get spread across YouTube and other social networks as well. Also, I want you to stick around to the very end of this video because I'm going to give you some other resources for you to pay attention to if building muscle is truly something that you want to do. Finally, if you've been watching me for a while, and you are considering working with me and you've been sitting on the fence wondering when that opportunity is going to come for you, I want you to know right now that I am currently taking on new clients and I'd love to have a chance to sit with you this week over a 30-minute call to discuss your goals and how we can go ahead and move you forward as a rock star. So stay to the very end. I'll tell you all about that. If you're here for the very first time, my name is Roxy Beckles, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So tip number 1, when it comes to building muscle, and probably one of the most important tips that we're going to talk about today, is that ladies, you've got to eat more. You've got to eat more. Here's the thing that I always tell my clients. You've got to eat to be lean, eat to be strong, eat to have the body of your dreams. Food is your greatest ally. It is not your worst enemy. I want you to go ahead and write that down because it's so crucial in everything that we do when changing your body is an important thing. And hey, listen, I get it. The fitness industry has actually been lying to you for so long. You're taught more about restricting calories and dieting than you are about actually eating at maintenance to maintain your body, or even eating at a surplus, eating more in order to build. So there's a lot of mental reconditioning and refocusing that needs to go on for so many of you in order to actually see your goals become your reality. But the truth of the matter is that if you are not eating enough, you will never be able to put on size. One of the easiest things that you can do is to first find your maintenance calories. So you want to take your body weight in pounds, multiply that by about 15. Now I know that's a shocking number for so many of you, but think about this. You're likely already a woman that's working out anywhere between 4 to 6, or even for some of you, 7 days a week. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But you are active in your life already. You probably have busy careers. You're on your feet a lot all day long. So you're going to need to eat more than you are right now in order to put on the size that you want. Now, not only that, once you find your maintenance calories, you actually need to eat above that. So adding on an additional 5% to 10% more calories onto your plan is what you need to do. So the full equation would be 15 times your body weight just to find maintenance, and then add on a surplus between 5 to 10% to get to the amount of calories that you need to see yourself put on actual size. Now here's another caveat. Yes, you are going to put on a little body fat. You cannot avoid that in this situation. But the difference is because you're going to be in the gym and you're going to be working hard, you're going to be building muscle at the same time. And if you keep up with just a little bit of cardiovascular training, and you also make sure that you're eating foods that are clean, although I hate that word, but you know what I mean, whole foods, nothing too processed or anything like that, you should be in the clear. Once you've been in this surplus mode for a couple of weeks, maybe for some of you 8 weeks, maybe 12, maybe 16 weeks, you can always go ahead and switch back into fat loss in order to take off the body fat that you gained, but keep that muscle on that you also gained. So it's a little bit of a strategic game, but trust the process. The next thing that you need to consider when you're trying to build muscle is to look at your program in ways to be able to really challenge yourself. 2 elements that really affect hypertrophy, which is basically the building of muscle tissue, the building of new muscle, is training volume and frequency. Now, there have been enough studies done that say that these two variables in and of themselves can have a huge impact on the growth that you see in your body. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to play around with that. Now, frequency does not need to mean that you're going to the gym every single day. We're going to talk about that in the next tip. Frequency can also mean if you're trying to build up your legs, specifically, let's say if you want to build up your quads, instead of training that muscle one time a week, you can train it twice a week. So doing things like that can help to change your body in a positive way without overtraining. When we're talking about volume, you want to play around with your rep ranges. You want to play around with the number of sets that you're doing. I absolutely love doing things like giant sets, supersets, pyramids, drop sets, FST training, German volume training, and even 5x5 training. There's so many things that you can do and so many little methods that you can use to challenge your body to new levels that there's no way that you can get bored or get stuck. So one thing you need to do is learn about these things and step outside of your comfort zone in order to really push yourself to that next level. Now, I actually have courses for my clients where I teach them exactly what this is, how to play around with their training, how to actually develop their own training programs. That's a part of my coaching practice. And for me, it's more important that when I work with a woman, that she leaves me not only with a body that she wants, but the knowledge of how to stay there. And again, if this is stuff that interests you and you want to go deeper with this, you actually want to learn the science behind this and how to do this stuff yourself, you got to come on over and talk to me. The third tip today is one that some of you don't even acknowledge or don't even use, and that is rest and recovery. So, okay, listen, you do have to go to the gym to change your body. However, I need you to keep this in mind. You are not building anything in the gym. What you are doing is tearing tissue down. And so in order to see the best growth, the best development, you actually have to allow your body time to rest and recover. And that recovery happens on your days outside of the gym. That recovery also comes from how you are eating and making sure that you are eating enough to allow the body to grab the nutrients that it needs and the building blocks for muscle to change your body. I always suggest that anyone who's looking to start on a fitness plan to simply look at training about 5 days a week. I really don't feel like, unless you are in a contest prep or something that needs to be super high volume for whatever goals, that you don't need to be in the gym 6 to 7 days a week. This little shift and allowing your body to just be able to recover is going to have such a huge impact on the results that you see. Trust me on this one. So allow for rest and recovery when building muscle is something that is really important to you. And the final tip that we have, tip number 4, is about lifting heavy. Yes, ladies, you gotta get in that gym, you gotta push that weight. And heavy is really a relative term. What I like to say when it comes to lifting across all rep ranges is that when you get to that final rep, you should come within 1 rep short of failure. So that means, let's say you're doing 12 repetitions. That 12th rep should be really hard for you to finish, but you can still finish it with perfect form. Now, if you were to do 1 more rep after that, you would completely fail out and be done. So in essence, you still are pushing your body. You're still pushing to your limits, but you're not doing it in a way that's going to overtrain you and really burn you out. Now, there's always a time and place for training to failure, and you can play with that as well, but not every single rep for every single set needs to go that far. Now, from a technical standpoint, science has shown that hypertrophy takes place doing anywhere between 8 to 12 repetitions. And so you might want to focus a bulk of your exercises and your reps and your sets to be around that, but don't just stick to that. You can also mix in high rep training, anything above 12 repetitions. You can also mix in super heavy training, anything between 1 to 5 repetitions. Play around and really give your body the opportunity to be challenged. That is what's really the most important. I can promise you that if you put these things into action right now, that you are going to start to see your body develop like never before. I always say, listen, this fitness stuff, it's science, but it's not rocket science. And a lot of it is common sense as well. What it boils down to is learning the science, learning the basics, and then putting it in action. You can always change and adjust things for what your body needs as you go along. But when you have a solid base and foundation, that's when you're going to really be able to see your body take off. Well, that's it. I hope that today's video was very helpful for you. Thank you so much for sticking around. I promised you some resources and some things to tap into. if this is a topic that really is important to you. And I want to invite you to come on over to my website and get onto my email list. I share so much more information, so much more tips, articles, videos, podcasts, and more to help you to really take your training to the next level right there on my email list, and it is free. Come on over to my website, rockstarfitness.com/email list. Sign up there and you and I will stay in contact, and I will keep you on your toes when it comes to stepping up your game in the gym and just really getting the results that you want. Now, for those of you that are really ready to actually take things further, and you are ready to go ahead and invest in yourself, invest in your body, and to finally get things going. Listen, I think that everyone who's serious about training at some point in their life should hire a coach, especially one that's trying to teach you, that's open and willing to teach you. Not just give you a training program and a diet program and a weekly check-in and kind of send you on your way. No, but someone who's going to do all of that, but actually teach you the science behind the why firsthand, so that way when you get to the results that you want, you can actually stay there and tweak things further on your own. And that's what I do. I work with both competitors and non-competitors alike, but all you have to do is be a woman who is ready to take things to the next level, invest in her dreams, and really ready to take action like never before. If that is you, I need to speak to you like right now. Get on a call with me this week, a 30-minute clarity call. Come on over to my website, rockstarfitness.com/clarity call. Sign up for a time, fill out the application, and I will be in touch with you so that we can discuss how we can go ahead and get you to that next level. Be sure to like this video right now, subscribe, click the bell notifications, and make sure you set it to all notifications so you don't miss anything. And I cannot wait to see you again. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.